Now, today I got a knife to show you that is the direct result of what happens when you combine just like two great knives, the Kaiser Begleiter and the Cormorant. It's called the Vosteed Bellamy, and I think you're going to like it. Now, up on the screen are going to be some specs, and they're all measurements. You know, I went ahead and I took myself, but I'll also have them listed for you down in that description, along with those links to buy. All right, here's just a couple quick comparisons so you can get an idea of the true size of knife we're working with here today. So the Bellamy is going to be, it's going to be smaller, a little bit smaller than the Rat 1, but then, of course, bigger than the Delica 4. And actually, Vosteed's clip point shape it's like one of my favorites. I mean, it is right up there with the blade on the Benchmade mini Crooked River here. And now you can clearly see that the Bellamy has it's got the body of a Begleiter with, you know, the different opening options of the Cormorant. It has a satin finished 3.44 inch hollow ground 154 cm steel blade. So you know what that means. Yeah, it is very thin behind the edge, and man, can this thing slice. Now, at first, I thought that this was going to have like a full-size forward finger choil, but now, you know, I can see it is, you really can't fit a finger in there. So it's actually, you know, just like a giant-sized sharpening choil. If you're a member of the Fidget Club like I am, you know, you're going to love the three different opening options. I mean, we get a standard flipper, we get a fuller, and then, of course, the front flipper. Top flipper, front. And you know what? I just realized what this pattern on the scales reminds me of. You know those industrial floor mats? Like, you know, you'll see it like a gas station or a grocery store, you know, places like that. When you come in the door, you wipe your feet. And those of you wondering about the Spidey flick, oh yeah. It is, that fuller is going to be accessible, you know, from both sides of the blade. So yeah, it is just, it's super easy to get at. Sometimes me and front flippers, we just don't get along because, you know, I'm usually terrible at like getting them to consistently open every time. But this knife, oh yeah, this knife is different. It is by far the easiest to open front flipper that I have ever used. And that standard flipper, you can see they kept it nice and small, so it's not gonna like hit your finger when you go to use the front flipper. I mean, look at, I can just kind of grab it and go. I don't have to like stop and think about like my hand positioning, where my fingers are at. Oh, it's just that easy. And that detent must be dialed in like perfectly because I can't get this thing to fail. And believe me, I've really been trying. So the action, you could say, yeah, it is. It's good to go in both directions. I mean, it flies open every single time, no matter how lightly I push on that flipper. And then, of course, it's going to drop shut. Nice and smooth, just a few quick shakes. This is my favorite type of front flipper because, you know, that tab is going to be rounded with just a really low profile appearance that just kind of makes it less obvious. You don't have like some big gaudy thing like sticking up towards the ceiling. Look at all that exposed metal on the liner lock bar. I mean, you should have no trouble, you know, getting at it to unlock the blade, you know, either like, well, the normal way or, I don't know, I like to call this like the upside down unlock. Yeah, that's also easy to do. And check it out. It's a pretty thick lock bar too. I mean, it's not that flimsy stuff that you might see on, you know, some of the other liner locks. The 4.4 inch handle has just an excellent blade to handle ratio, which is something that I usually look for when I'm, you know, shopping for a new folder. Now, I've seen this frag texture before, but you know what? I've never handled it. So this is a first for me. And now, oh yeah, I totally understand why people like it so much. I mean, this stuff just feels amazing. It's super grippy. And for those of you that don't know, you know, I keep calling this a frag pattern or texture because it looks like a hand grenade. I wish I had one to show you, but fresh out. And yeah, you know what? It is an aggressive texture, but it's micarta. So, you know, it shouldn't shred your pockets like, you know, some rough G10 sometimes does. And would you look at that? We do get some lefty love from Vosteed because, yeah, they went ahead and gave us a 2-position deep carry clip. Thank you. At about 2.93 ounces, you know, this is going to be like, this is one of those rare knives that weighs less than an ounce per blade inch. I mean, that's pretty impressive considering, you know, this does have full steel liners inside. I mean, they are skeletonized, of course. If you're not really feeling the black micarta, you know, frag pattern, hey, no worries, because there's also, there's 2 other versions with those have different colored scales, and even the texture is different. One of them even has a stonewash blade instead of the satin. So yes, Vosteed knives are finally available on Amazon, and that's where you'll be able to pick up, well, any of the 3 versions of the Bellamy for right around $79. So if you're looking for a true fidget knife, you know, under $100 with good budget blade steel, you know, excellent action, that's also lightweight, a great slicer, and a handle that just feels friggin' amazing, go and get one right now. And you know what? I promise you will not be disappointed. And right about now, there's going to be a video on the screen that I personally picked out for you to go ahead and watch next. And hey, if you haven't already, consider subscribing if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. All right, hey, thank you so much for watching. I got to run. Love you guys, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.